G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel. I've now got my condenser lens and dome sensor and head amp assembly all connected together, and I've just put some glue on the condenser lenses so they're in fixed position, as well as the dome sensor, which is in the dark there. I'll just put my LED torch on so I can see it. So yeah, my lens and image sensor and head amp system is now, apart from a cover to cover it all, is pretty well complete. So I'll now have a much more neater setup, and this will be soon ready to be placed in the appropriate section of the NBTV camera behind the Nipkow disc. Anyhow, yeah, I was just looking at this, and one thing I actually noticed with the condenser lenses, whilst it may shrink, light from the scan area down to a pinpoint onto the condenser lens, from this end, when I shine my LED torch onto the, hold on a second, when I shine my LED torch on the dome sensor, it actually looks magnified from the front, so you can see it nice and clearly, and it actually helps to tell what area of scan will hit the dome sensor, which there is actually a reasonable amount of area that can be covered. So you have the dome sensor in magnified view. So from this vantage point, the dome sensor pretty much covers most of the lens area, and pretty much with the Nipkow disc you only probably be covering about I'd probably say about half the area of the lens, so that's more than enough to cover the dome sensor as a for scan area. So yeah, it's really cool to actually notice this. looks just like an eye. Interesting, eh? Anyway, so yeah, just run the camera around the whole unit. I've, as mentioned, I've fixed the lenses and dome sensor and its head amp unit in the one spot. I used me specialised glue I bought from the Unadera Hardware Man, World Bond, which does a reasonably good job at gluing things like super glue or craftsman glue. Anyhow, yes, there we are, our lens, dome sensor, head amp system. As seen from the top here, mentioned in previous video, I've got me signal strength adjustment pot mounted at the top, so that way I can easily tweak the adjustments when necessary. Here down below we've got the video output, which is a B and C socket. Did this all for neatness. Before I go on any, never mind. Here we have on the other side, we've got the power input, which will be 12 volts DC. Yeah, I've just noticed that there's a little bit of misalignment with the positioning of the dome sensor or the condenser lens. It just somehow looks a little bit lopsided. Yeah, I'm trying to get this as straight as possible. There is a decent amount of margin for error with this scanner because of the fact we're only scanning 32 lines and the pictures are rather crude anyways. So there is a little bit of margin for error, unlike the later tube cameras. They use a scanning pickup tube where there is, where the precision must be so much greater. Yeah, it does look a little bit lopsided. Guess we'll have to live with it. Anyhow, it all worked relatively good. When I tested this out, I've purposely moved the dome sensor back and forth and the lenses. It pretty much didn't really make any real difference to the picture coming to the output. So yeah, there is a fair bit of margin for error from what I can see. Anyway, that's my lens system and dome sensor and head amp complete. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts Channel signing out.